Good morning. I would like to call the Neighborhood Development Committee meeting to order on this Tuesday, October 19th. Ms. Rogers, would you please call the roll?
Alderman Bosley. Alderman Gunther.
Here. Here.
Alderman Todd.
Present.
Alderwoman Clark Hubbard.
Here.
Alderwoman Evans.
Here.
Alderman Page.
Present.
Chairwoman Howard.
Present.
6 present, you have quorum.
At this time, I'd like to take a moment to review the minutes of the last meeting on June 29, 2021. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting on?
I'll move for the approval of the minutes dated Tuesday, June 29th, 2021.
Second.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Bosley. Alderman Gunther.
Aye.
Alderman Todd.
Aye.
Alderwoman Clark Hubbard.
Aye.
Alderwoman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Page.
Aye.
Chairwoman Howard.
Aye.
6 aye votes.
We only have one thing on the agenda today, and I would like to thank everyone, members of the committee, for their promptness in reporting to the meeting. And at this time, I would like my co-chair, Alderwoman Clark Hubbard, to take over since this is my bill, and I will present it to the committee. Alderwoman Clark Hubbard.
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second. I need to
Okay.
my light on. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman.
Okay. I would like to put before the committee Board Bill number 97. And as you look in your documents, you will see the plan. This is a development at Gravois and Delor for senior housing. It'll be low to moderate income. The total cost of the development is $13.6 million. I think this will be a wonderful addition to the neighborhood. There was at this site previously was Midwest Bank. And as we know, with the onslaught of computers and remote banking, the physical presence of a bank in the neighborhood has become outmoded. And the facility was far too large and in need of too much repair for them to continue on. So they were generous enough to provide the opportunity for this development. And we're working with Tower Grove CDC, Community Development Corporation, Sean Spencer, who is the president of that organization. And I think this will be a wonderful addition to our neighborhood. As I don't know, but my neighborhood has a wealth of seniors and they're ready to occupy this building. And I think it'll be a wonderful addition to the neighborhood. At this time, I would like to have Mr. Spencer speak about his development and where we are with this. Sean? You need to unmute.
That
There
would
you
help. Thank you, Alderwoman Howard, and thanks again for all your support over the years. As every alderwoman, every alder person on the call knows, driving new investment into stable but maybe markets that aren't financially feasible for market rate investments. We really came up with an innovative way to get a total development cost of really about $19.5 million when you include all the soft costs and the property donation into Bevo. And if you know this site, it's right across from the Bevo mill. We have been working hard for the last 4 years to get this funded. At first, we had 3 cycles of low-income housing tax credits that we were rejected on by the state, and it was not due to trying or the lack of credibility for the project. It's just a very crowded market in the LIHTC field. So we took another different approach this year, and we applied with Lutheran Senior Services for a HUD 202 subsidy that was a national competition. There were only 30 awards in the entire United States. There was only 1 in Missouri, and that one happened to be at the Crossroads Senior Living at Bevo Mill. So we're really thrilled to have this $5.3 million worth of subsidies. We have applied again for LIHTC, but instead of the 9%, which are very competitive, we're applying for the 4%. We are very hopeful and optimistic that the 4% application will be awarded to us in November. And once that happens, we will be ready to kick off the architectural drawings, finalizing the bids, closing on the financing, and hopefully starting construction within the next 12 months. Again, this is going to be 80 units of senior housing, and rents will range from $585 to up to $815, and utilities will be included. It'll be brand new, fresh, new construction, and it's already passed many different departments up to this point. We have got the tax abatement cleared. We've also have the section 106 approved, and we also have the planning section approval as well. So this is, I think it is our last stop on our way to getting this project going. And again, I appreciate all your time, and let me know if you have any questions.
Okay, any other speakers, Madam Chairwoman?
Zach, would you like to explain the, I hope all of you are able to access the folder with all the handouts in it. Are the committee members able to access the folder? Okay. And then I would like Zach to maybe talk a little bit about the mechanism and how this works for the city. Zach Wilson?
Well, yes, I'm here. Like all other LIHTC projects here in the city, our standard policy is to provide a 15-year tax abatement for all LIHTC projects. So this is the normal type of tax abatement we support. So any of the projects that are applying for LIHTC will get 15 years of tax abatement. But I have Jake here, and he can go over the model with you. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. This project does score well in the model, has an overall score of 4 out of 5. The fiscal benefit to the city is about a little over $120,000 over 10 years and $260,000 over 20. There's a slightly negative benefit to the school district in the 10-year term. That's mostly due to the zoning of the site, which is currently commercial. If it's assessed at residential and then abated, the number does dip down a little bit in the short term, but it has a positive fiscal benefit of $46,000 over the 20-year term. The present value of the incentive is fairly small. It's around $47,000. That's obviously a nominal portion of the total project costs. But in this instance, the benefit of the abatements to assist with the tax credits, the benefits of the project, and the abatement helps the developer line up their tax credit application. And it's really a policy decision on our part to kind of promote good quality LIHTC housing in a stable area.
Thank you. Any other speakers?
Hold on.
Okay.
I think that's, so I guess at this point, my co-chair would like to call on the committee and ask to ask questions of either Sean or Zach.
Sure. I was,
Fine.
okay, sure. I was checking the list just to make sure, because you did have and I just wanted to make sure they were out. Okay, so now we'll open up the floor for questions from the committee. Alderman Bosley.
Thank you. I don't have any currently, but I appreciate it.
Thank you, Alderman Gunther.
Thank you, Vice Chair. I did have a couple of questions here, and I guess the first one's for Zach or for SLDC. So they said that the present value over 10 years is 47,000, which does seem very small when Mr. Spencer said it's a $19 million project. If we're abating 95% of the tax over the first 10 years, can you just kind of explain why it's only 47,000? It seems awfully low with a 95% abatement. Is that due to the current property tax or what?
No, it's due to the fact that it's a LIHTC property. So if this is assessed as residential using the income approach, LIHTC properties are fairly expensive to operate, but with the below market rents, the NOI is just going to be lower than you would normally see on a market rate property that's getting abated. So if the NOI is lower, the assessment will be lower, and of course the property taxes are lower as well. So if we're abating the taxes on an income restricted property, it's always going to be less than a comparable market rate community.
Okay, thank you. And then the second question I had, I guess would be from Mr. Spencer. Just looking at the project financing, the line on the bottom, it says other public financing, 5.6 million. You said some of that was this 202 grant. So can you just kind of break down the what the public funding is that you're seeking?
The subsidy is 5.3 million from the HUD 202 subsidy. And we also have $500,000 in CDA, CDBG funding attributed to the project. And then the 4% LIHTC would be on top of that. We will have a $1 million hard cost loan at the end of the project, and we'll be funding that through the net operating income.
Okay. And then through the LIHTC, is this like a 60% AMI across the board, or?
It's actually the 30 units will be 50% to median or less. So that'll be about $29,000 in income or less. And then we'll also have 50 units at 60%, which is about 34,000 or less.
Okay, so it's mixed on
it's mixed.
AMI.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just to clarify, Alderman Gunther, we on the HUD 202 are the 30 units at 50%, and then the LIHTC is 60%.
Okay. Well, I thank you very much. Those were the questions I had. Great project. Obviously, we're all pushing for more senior housing in our ward. So congratulations, Alderwoman Howard, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all.
Alderman Todd.
I don't have any questions, but I would like to say congratulations, Alderwoman Howard, with your project. It's a great project. It's needed.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I would be next, and I just want to ditto the congratulations to you, Alderwoman Howard. I'm working for these same type of projects in the 26th ward. The aging in place is a concern over there, so I really take my hats off to you. Not to mention Lutheran Senior Services has a couple of facilities in the 26th ward, and they're ran impeccably. They're an amazing organization to be with. So congratulations, and I'm taking notes over here, so hopefully I can get something like this in the 26th ward soon as well. Next will be Alderwoman Evans.
I would also like to congratulate Alderwoman Howard. I too am taking notes because I have plenty of room for developments of this type. So eyes are on you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Alderwoman.
Alderman Page.
Yes, the only question that I had has already been answered. The reason why the tax abatement amount was so low, that stuck out at me too, but I think I'm satisfied with that answer. Alderwoman Howard, this looks like a great project, and I've kind of been looking at the photos in the handout, and it just looks like a fabulous use of that Midwest Bank Center space. So congratulations on what I believe is a great project.
Thank you.
Alderwoman Howard,
Okay.
would you mind, since I've got the committee on the line, I didn't mention one important part of this process that might help other alder people in their wards. So the reason why Midwest Bank Center donated the property to us in part was they want to help the Bevo neighborhood, and they located another branch across the street. But in addition, there's a tax credit program with the state of Missouri called AHAP, it's Affordable Housing Production Credits. And that was basically the reason that it made financial sense for Midwest Bank Center to donate the site for senior housing. So if you do have other banks in your wards and they're looking at, how they might be able to downsize, that is something to consider. And, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me by email or any way you feel fit, but I can walk you through that process. And I believe there's other projects in the pipeline that are using those tax credits, and as long as they're available, it's a good way to get sites donated that you don't have to come out of pocket and hold those sites for very long, because it gets very expensive very quickly.
And it also solved another problem. I had a vacant QT that had been revamped as a nightclub, revamped as several different, I guess what I would say, not highest and best use purposes. And so they moved into the vacant QT, refashioned that to serve their bank customers, and it's working out very well because the parking was already there, and it's worked out very well, and it gave them a smaller footprint in the neighborhood, but they're still here to serve the neighbors that have used them. So, and with that, I would like the committee's favorable consideration of this bill. And if the co-chair would move forward, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Alderwoman Howard, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just making sure there's no one on from the public to speak, because we had a pickup on HUDs before on our redevelopment bills. Just make sure, double check before we vote.
I looked at our speakers, and nobody, I don't believe anybody's on the line to speak.
All right, thank you so much, Alderwoman.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, I'll accept the motion to approve Board Bill number 97.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Alderman Bosley. Alderman Bosley. Alderman Gunther.
Aye.
Alderman Todd.
Aye.
Alderwoman Clark Hubbard.
Aye.
Alderwoman Evans.
Aye.
Alderman Page.
Aye.
Chairwoman Howard.
Aye.
6 aye votes.
Thank you. So with that, we have.
I'm sorry,
passed-
Alderman Bonds is an aye too. My phone is buffering. I'm having a problem with the signal.
Thank you.
I'm
That's
here.
7 aye votes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So with that, we have passed Board Bill number 97 with a due pass recommendation.
Thank you very much. And I will take over as chair again. At this time, we have no resolutions for review. There are no committee discussions on the agenda. Are there any announcements from any of the members? I believe all members were present, so no one needs to be excused. And at this time, if I have a motion for adjournment.
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank
Aye.
you very much, everyone, for showing up and being here on time. Thank you.
Thank you.